Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool duck telephone. These are usually hand-painted wood duck telephones. And this is Nadine's telephone from Michigan. And she's got a little note, and she says, "Thanks for taking a peek at our duck phone. I hope he will be quacking soon." And I was thinking that maybe at first she said, "Thanks for taking a peck." But it looks like a peek. And so, anyway, this duck, we're in the initial checkout of it, and he's not quacking. So we're going to do some checks. We got him hooked up, and I already took some screws out of some things because we know we're going to have to troubleshoot the PC board for the quacking circuit. So let's go ahead and ring him with the analyzer. And every time you see this red light here, there's a ring cycle that goes by. So he's definitely not ringing or quacking. Let that go one more time. I'm going to go ahead and answer it now. Give you some dial tone. Now what we can do is go through our numbers. I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to hang up, dial a 2, and I'm going to go ahead and transmit into the handset. And if you watch this red light here, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. So we know the telephone has transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hello, hello. So we know that that's not an issue with this telephone. And the duck's eyes are lighting. And I'm going to go ahead and reach back here and hang it up. And the lights will go out. Now his eyes have come back on. So we know that what we're going to be doing, I'm going to set that aside. We've got our test leads out for our volt ohm meter. And I'm going to set him aside here. And then set the base back here. And we're going to take a look at this board here that I already have loose. And that's the circuit for the quacking sound. So I'm going to go ahead and take this all apart because you don't want to limit yourself to being able to troubleshoot it, so you want everything free. And so what we're going to have to do is go through this PC board and test all the components. It's kind of important that they don't touch each other too, because you can short something out here. But anyway, some of these components are generic, and you know, we can find them. We're always on the search for parts for these. We repair a lot of duck telephones, and some of the parts are proprietary to this board, and others are not, just like in the duck phone itself and the handset. So we're always on the search for parts for these, but hopefully we won't need some of the extremely hard to find parts today. So what we're going to do is take a short break from the video and go ahead and start troubleshooting this telephone. So we'll get right back to the video here as soon as we get into the process. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and so what we've done is we've located I'm going to go ahead and move my test leads out of the way there. We've got a couple of bad components that we have replaced now, and so what I want to do is I want to kind of finalize the soldering on them. I want to clean my solder gun here. I've already touched up some solder on the board, but I'm going to grab a couple of spots here. that I didn't like. Okay. So now what we can do is do some final checks here. We also need to put the unit back together again. But we're going to go ahead and kind of flip the speaker up here. We'll plug in the duck. Make sure we have dial tone. Now go ahead and ring the duck. Now if you notice, the lights are lighting on the ring cycle. They did not do that before. They did come on when you lifted the duck and the duck was on and you had dial tone, but the eyes did not light on the ring cycle and there was no quacking going on. So let's do that one more time. And then we'll then give you some dial tone. We're just going to kind of do some numbers here because I still have to put the unit back together again. And now I want to transmit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know that the telephone is working. What we need to do now is go ahead and put the unit back together again. So I want to unplug the line. I want to drop my speaker back in. And then we can start putting everything back together. Now that the duck's finished up, Nadine can enjoy the quacking sound when she gets a call. Someone has probably been into this before. One of the little clips on the standoff is broke off on this unit, so someone probably went into it and suspected that area of being the problem, but did not repair the telephone. So but that won't hurt a thing. It's not a big issue. Just want to make sure all the wires are out of the way. And everything tucks in properly. And that should be good. Okay. we can take the base unit and reinstall it. Now, like I said earlier, a lot of these parts are generic, but there's a lot of them that are proprietary to this telephone, and so I'm always on the search for parts for these. Once we get done putting this back together again, we'll go ahead and do some final checks. I want to push my handset cord back in where it belongs. Okay. Now we're ready to do some final checks. I can move the bad parts out of the way. We don't need them any longer. They're not going to do us any good. We'll go ahead and ring the duck, or quack him. Let that go 2 more times because that was the issue. Let it go 1 more time. I like to check these things out as best I can. Okay. Give you some dial tone. Now what I want to do is also want to turn the duck off. There's a off, a low, and a high. Sometimes on the video you can't tell the low and the high, but what we could do is put it in the off mode on a ring cycle. And a ring cycle just went by, so I'll turn it on another ring cycle. That was low. Let it go 1 more time. Go ahead and switch it to high. Let that go 1 more time. Give you some dial tone. We'll walk through our numbers 1 more time if you watch them. I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to transmit into the handset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an indication, that red light, of 100% modulation on transmit. So we're good. And the duck's eyes are lighting on the ring cycle, and they also light when the duck is accessed. So now what we can do is, I've got it plugged into a regular telephone line. Give you some dial tone. We'll call like a time and temp number.
Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, April 24th. The time is 3 o'clock. Current temperature 85 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Partly cloudy and warmer tonight, lows in the mid-50s. Wednesday, partly sunny, 30% chance of a shower and a thunderstorm, highs around 80.
Okay, so now what I can do is call my number and it'll be busy. one other number, but we don't really need nothing from there.
Thank you for calling Walmart.
Okay, so we know the duck is finished off and ready to be sent back to Nadine. These are really highly collectible, very sought-after ducks, and we work on a lot of them, and they're just a really great novelty telephone. And, it's cool to see these ducks come in and be able to repair them for customers because they enjoy these ducks a lot. And we get a lot of calls about them. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is Nadine's duck from Michigan, and she's going to be happy that her duck is quacking again. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.